for anybody who's wondering, this is Boogie Beast podcast. We're just kind of like highlighting the situation in South Africa right now about the xenophobia thing. I don't give a fuck about xenophobia, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shit is black on black. Black people shouldn't be killing each other in Africa.
It doesn't make no
Africa
sense.
is our land. You know what I mean? It's your boy Suleiman Shode, the creator of Boogie Beast. Welcome to another episode. So today, as you can see, we have changed location.
Yes.
We've made an executive decision.
Yes.
to get a different location. So we have our studio here. You can
We'll
see
take it to the next level. It's still under construction though.
still under construction. We need to, put in
get better.
some Boogie Beast design. You know what I mean?
Down a low, but
Low key, but
something. We're working on something.
you know what I mean?
So in the next episode, you should see, or the next few episodes, you should see something new. But for now, just bear with us.
And also like we are planning to keep it consistent and make it like on a weekly basis, because prior to now we've been doing it every second week. We want to keep it consistent, and possibly we haven't decided the day to drop, but we're looking at possibly on a Tuesday.
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
And then we're gonna bring the content, like the fitness content,
on Mondays. Yeah.
So to give them like to kickstart your week
Just
with a
to keep
beast
you guys
mindset.
going,
You know what I mean?
I know we usually drop on Fridays, but everybody's out on Friday drinking and partying. So that's why we decided to just switch things around, at least Tuesday, out drinking so you can catch up. And Mondays is definitely the day everybody's back to work. So you want to get that motivation going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so man, look out for the next few weeks. So bro, it's good to be back again.
Yes, sir. But you know what? Like the EQ is pretty good here. You know what I mean? I can hear myself. You can hear the feedback.
Yeah, it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. It's a different environment because we're trying to get used to this vibe.
Not as spacious. You know, you can't really stretch, but
we're working on it.
That's dope. So, what is going on today? We got a couple of. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna touch on some few things. And I saw on the news like
I don't know this xenophobic or whatever this thing is going on in Africa there, man. It's
that's crazy, man. Like black people doing that to each other, man.
This doesn't make any sense. Like you're just letting this. I don't want to say I don't want to say the white words. Well, you see, the enemies. The enemies are out there watching, and they laughing, because this is what they want. Create that division amongst Africans,
It's quite interesting because you don't hear like this white South Africans saying nothing, you know what I mean?
Because it's nothing to do with them, you see?
No, personally I think it has a lot to do because I don't know whether like there are some agents or people working on the ground funding some militias, I don't know.
Yes.
To create some, something. But actually, I was talking to for those of you who don't know, the guy behind the camera is a great friend of ours, and he's from South Africa. But we're gonna talk. We're gonna actually get a whole podcast about this.
Yeah.
But today we're just gonna briefly talk about it.
Yes.
But it was saying like a lot of like this whole thing started from. Like almost like some sort of like a gang situation. Like there was a I like don't quote me on this. You know what I mean, it's not like a legit source, but something to do with some Nigerian gang like killed some other South African taxi gang or guy or something. But obviously,
so that's why everything kind of chaos.
And then so it's almost like it starts from like a gang rivalry situation, and then obviously became through maybe like a deep hatred for the people, like obviously like certain immigrants in that local area, because obviously competition of money and like they probably making more.
So basically, a Nigerian guy killed a South African. Is that what?
Possibly it could have been a Nigerian or a like Zimbabwean mafia guy or something. So it was more of like a retaliation of a gang retaliation in a sense. right? And then
that one there.
And then other people jump on the bandwagon of, because obviously there's a resentment in that area already for immigrants that are making, like, obviously that are creating jobs in the area, their own businesses.
Yeah,
so like
I get
that resentment has always been there. So people jump on the bandwagon, and obviously, like most people which are like that are gonna be like, that don't even have anything to do
with this,
and most of them are probably gangs that they don't have shit to do. They drink, they smoke, because any human being in his right sense is not like, he's not gonna go and kill someone because it's the foreign. So like there's, and again, I know, like, obviously that's what I'm getting, but there is a deeper thing to it.
There's a deep, like, bro, like, everybody says this, like, I don't know what the hell is going on. All I know is this. I did a bit of research myself. I don't know what the deep roots of what the purpose of this whole agenda is, but from my own knowledge of what I've done and look into is, okay, like you said, there's gangs and obviously that developed and all that stuff. Yeah, maybe that could be part of the resentment, you get it? But I don't think that's genuinely the main reason here. I think from what I've seen is, from what I've heard from South Africans, the media, social media, obviously, there's Nigerians, obviously, in South Africa invest in businesses. So as we do have South Africans in Nigeria investing in businesses, like, for example, MTN, which is the probably number one global network supplier in Africa, in Nigeria as well. They are South African home company that just, that is in Nigeria. But obviously we don't have Nigerians saying, because of that, we're going to take down MTN, because we don't have that mentality, even though with our struggles. Now, let's switch the topic now. We have South Africans now killing Nigerian foreign, saying, all the foreign. But let's not forget, it's not only Nigerians. We have Chinese, we have Arabs, we have other foreign people too as well. But there's something which essay, generally, like you made a point there, like these gangs or these people that don't have life, criminals who started, because like you said, not a normal high working class African.
Not even you don't have to be high.
You don't even have to high.
Just
a normal person who was just fucking going to work, doing it, won't start a shit like this. It has to be people who are the
highlighting the situation in South Africa right now, about the xenophobia thing. I don't give a fuck about xenophobia, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shit is black on black. Black people shouldn't be killing each other in Africa.
It doesn't make no
Africa
sense.
is our land. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
The white people came through and separated us. Like whatever. Like, in Africa before, do your history. You know what I mean? Before the Europeans came in, we were kings. They were tribal. Everything was separated through a tribal, tribalistic like situation. There was no democracy. There was no fucking authoritarian. Like, we're kings and queens and chiefs. So don't let them tell you shit. So
listen, bro. You know what it says? It says, "My people perish without because the lack of what? Knowledge." And that's the problem we Africans are going through right now. A lot of you don't have the knowledge to go outside and do your research and really find out what is the problem and know your history of where the issue is, what the problem is, rather than you going and turning against your own fellow Nigerian brothers saying this is the reason why we ain't got no job. Nothing to do with that.
At the end of the day, right? I'll tell you something. Like, Nigerians or the so-called foreigners in Africa, like the other African nation nation or country people that came to your country to invest in South Africa, I know the problem. The problem is the South African government. This whole situation started with a lot of illegal immigrants coming to, you know what I mean? But there are illegal immigrants everywhere. Like, there's loads of South African, I was illegal in Ireland before I became legal. It's not.
Wasn't that straightforward now?
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't come here with that bullshit. Like, most people that are doing this, these are criminals. These are fucking criminals. Like, dumbass.
They ain't got no job.
They ain't got no job. They're not actually putting into the community, into South African, like into the system.
These people are wasters.
You know what I mean? They're wasters. Look at them. But for me, right, forget those people carrying out the, like, to be honest, like, they could be carrying out shit for the government or like for the people on the ground and causing all this shit, calling it xenophobia. This is really annoying. So if you're Nigerian and, like, you value your life, you know where to go. Go back to your country and invest in your country, and that will benefit. That will, like, there you can actually create more jobs from people in Nigeria. You know what I mean? And you're never gonna have that issue of, someone trying to kill you in your own in Nigeria. Like, if you try to help other people and they don't see it like that, then go and invest in your own country. Simple as that.
Just leave, man. Like, there's no point being in a country where they don't want you. And I mean, just leave. Take all that energy, bring it back home, invest in your own turf. At least nobody's gonna kill you. But this is what bugged me out as well about this whole xenophobic shit. Because when obviously Nigerians start retaliating about what's going on in South Africa, so they went to South African companies in Nigeria, start obviously burning the building.
No. We like, Nigerians can't do that.
But I saw this on the media.
They tried to do that, but they stopped it.
But I know they tried, but they didn't make it. They did it. But this is what got to me. I get the fact that you're trying to attack South African business, take them down. Why are you going after Nigerian-owned businesses? Because they use the advantage now. Because we have to burn every South African business. Now they start attacking Nigerians to use that opportunity to rob. And this is why some African Nigerians were like, "What's going on here?" So why are you gonna attack Nigerian? This is so different.
If it's a xenophobic attack, right?
Yeah.
At least they act like they are actually people coming from outside of, like, the country to come and actually rob and steal and loot.
Yeah, no, this is Nigerian citizen in Nigeria
going
after South African businesses, taking them down, while doing that, using that opportunity also to rob Nigerian-owned business, to go into
of course,
because it's an opportunist.
It's to loot. Yeah, it's an opportunity
so
to loot.
Why are you doing that for? Like, well, we're trying to solve a problem here, and yous are going in to create more. But this is what it comes down to, the problem.
Yeah, but again, like, the situation is that people trying to turn us against each other. But at the end of the day, like, the problem of Nigeria is Nigerian government. But, like, Nigerian government didn't stop Nigerians from carrying their country forward. To me, I think Nigeria, the resilience of the Nigerian people is what has brought Nigeria to where it's at this point. Sure, but and this is what, like, and Nigeria has been, like, almost like a strong.
What you mean, strong figure in Africa?
Strong figure in Africa to show you, like, you don't have to wait for your government to do shit for you. You guys can carry,
people are go get it, like, they go out there, they do what they got to do to make that money, like, you know what I mean? And that's why we have the power to go to South Africa to actually make a change. And now this is why we're getting all this, crazy hassles about, we need to get back to our countries and all. It's a lot of mess, if you really think about it, like, but, like, if you're out there, you're South African, you're Nigerian, and, like,
we are all one.
We all one, like, there's no difference, don't let nationality separate us, or because you're Nigerian, you're South African, you're Zimbabwean, you're Ghanaian, you're this and that, separate us. Because at the end of the day, in the white of the white man, these are all blacks. You know what I mean? That's how they see you. They see you as blacks, I don't want to say the N-word. They see you as one, the Africans. It's like they take a whole bunch of years, put you in the same box, and see you as that. And they treat you the same. They don't treat South Africans different from they treat Nigerians. They don't treat Nigerians different from they treat Zimbabweans, Ghanaians, they treat every people, black people, the same. And this is just not in Africa. Around the world, the
Black
same.
Americans,
so even black Americans, doesn't matter where you're from, as long as your skin is dark. That's how these white folks view you.
No white folks. Every other, like
even
race,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean.
So
why would like a Chinaman, like have a higher respect or value for white guy before an African guy? Because obviously they've already instilled a set of principle, like down. And like if you fuck with one person, we're all coming to get you. If you fuck with one black guy, there's a lot of black people there. You don't give a fuck, but like, and that's the mentality, like, and that's where it comes from. Like, don't fuck with. If you fuck with one of us, we're coming with all we got. And that's how they created their own principle. You know what I mean? And like Chinese, that goes a long way. Do you get me?
The Chinese are very like different, unique people generally.
No, I'm talking about like. I'm talking about like say the likes of in America. So like if you mess with one American
first person, the all coming for you,
You know what I mean?
But you see, that's the thing though. Like obviously all this gun shooting, all this crime, police, and black people brutality and all that stuff. Like for me personally, I try not to get involved in things when it comes to let's get off this live feed actually. Yo, it's a wrap, man.
You're gonna continue on the podcast. Stay tuned on the podcast.
Video, man. It's actually a good idea to have live feed as well sometimes.
Stop. Alright, sure.
So I will just finish the live feed there. So back on the main source. I try not to get involved in all this African American culture. I used to be deep into it. But then again, I kind of like, this is nothing to do with me. That's their own. They don't care about Africans. No, I'm not saying none of them, some of them, but majority of African Americans don't even claim to want to be African. They don't even want to say they descend from Africa. They claim, I'm American. I never been to Africa, so why you call him African? So why me being an African? I don't need to care about what's going on there. Obviously, it's not good. It's not nice. Obviously, cops killing black people. But listen, this shit happens everywhere around the world. You come to Africa as well. There's black. Like you see black and black killing each other, so why should I care about some? And the thing about it is that you talk about American cops killing black people, but when black and black kill each other, shoot guns and all this stuff like that we see. So what is the difference? You know what I mean? So you stand up when the white cops kill a black man, but when a black man and a black man killing each other, who's standing up for that?
Why you keeping quiet?
Why you keeping quiet for that? It's hypocrisy, like, you know what I mean? So they need to play as a leader. You know what I mean? You don't want this to stop, you want this to stop, so you need to stop killing each other. If you continue doing this, they're gonna see that as like, it's the same thing that's going on in Africa right now. You know?
But at the end of the day, right, we don't have the power to change it. We can always change our own environment and make our own circle a better place. And because like if you want to start going on with all these bullshit guys in the world,
you know what I think?
It's
not even the environment part. It's just people need to switch their mentality. There's one thing you might not be able to change, your environment, because if you're born in an environment where you're stuck in and you can't change that because you don't create that environment, it just happened that you're born there. One thing you can switch is your mentality. So once one person switches their mentality, you pass that on to the next man, that next man passes it on to the next man. That's how environment will end up being changed.
But the thing is, right, if like you can't change people and you can't change your environment, so you can change yourself.
Yeah.
So you changing yourself and being assessed, being like not a role model, transforming yourself and that's the best way to to actually speak about change. By you actually transforming yourself and being the best person that you can be, and then action speaks better than word.
Yeah,
because I can speak about change, but and I'm doing some dodgy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So once people see you like, yo, this guy went from this to that, then people are gonna get inspired and be like, you know what? If this guy can do it, then I can do it.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So and that's what I'm saying. All you can change is yourself, and then hope people, and then one person can change a million people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? By just action alone.
Oh man.
Do you know what I mean?
See what our government is doing. That's an example, like, you know what I mean? One person can just dictate the whole country. And I mean, it is what it is, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's something we can't change physically, but something we can change mentally.
Mentally, man.
And that's how I look at it, man. So once we figure that out, we Africans, we people generally as well, things will start moving forward. But on this topic, we are based on all this whole African thing. So Africans, we need to switch mentality. We need to switch from this old mentality condition to believe that this is the reason why I'm not moving forward because of so ethnicity, so nationality. That is a false.
And it's not because of the white man either.
And it's not because of white men has done their damage. They've done their damage. Now it's rest for you Africans to pick up that damage and fix it, not break it even more. Now they're laughing. Look at them.
But you know what? Like again, like you know, like Bob Marley said, you know, they can take whatever away from you, but they can't take your like you have your mind.
They can't take your truth. They can't take your soul. They can't take your soul. They can't take your mind. They can't take your freedom. They can't.
Yeah,
that's what's you.
But and again, to be honest, like do your history, know your history, know your, like, you know, it's like history did not start from like colonization, like, you know what I mean. History, like, you know, like history of black people goes, like, you know, I mean, we were here before anybody else.
Yeah, so, that's what we're told.
So yeah, so do your history, like, and know about know about where you came from, and know about your not just your black history, your own family history. It is important because, like, if you know, like, bro, going home and I actually I made a conscious effort to try and to ask questions, because nobody says anything to us when we're growing up, and like what I discovered was freaking amazing. It blew my mind, and it changed even my perspective of who I am myself. Do you know what I mean? In a sense, so not just your own black history, but know your family history. You know what I mean? So, and then pass that on to your own kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?